Hello, my name is Raymond Karczewski, and I am a living Christ, a simple man of truth. Please do not be shocked when a man declares himself to you to be a Christ, to be a simple man of truth, for that is all that a Christ is, a simple man of truth. Did not Jesus of Nazareth, a carpenter in his time, declare himself to be the truth, the life, and the way? The fact that a contemporary of yours should declare himself to be a Christ has to come as a shock to all those conditioned human beings who suffer from spiritual amnesia, and so are ruled by blind belief, which has been inculcated into them by satanic controlling forces through their lifelong religious conditioning. Such conditioning posits that such impossible qualities as one who is able to live in and as truth is only reserved for the mythical Son of God, an image in which they may invest their trust, their security, and be inspired to emulate, but never hope to achieve. Such blind believing entities are thus set up for failure by their ministerial robe-wearing satanic mind controllers. It is not my intention to insult anyone. It is my intention, however, to open your eyes and your minds to a life that is possible for every one of you, if you can only see the simplicity which manifests itself as truth in a complexity-oriented, illusion-based society. What is sure to shock and offend many of you is to learn that you haven't got a clue as to who you truly are, for you and the vast majority of the civilized world's human occupants live enthralled by satanic conditioning and seem to be damned proud of it. The subject that I'm going to speak of in this talk is spiritual balance. It is the essence of Christ consciousness, the infinite point of holistic consciousness, which allows man to transcend and bridge the opposing right-left brain hemispheres of the dualistic mind. Balance is the point of peace, of love. Balance occurs when opposing forces equal each other in energy, canceling out the need for opposition. Balance is based in love, in cooperation, in oneness. When balance is lost, power emerges and brings with it the conflict of opposition. The civilized world of man, based in his own thought, is founded neither in love nor in balance, but in power. Money is the material symbol which the mind has created to represent the abstract concept of man's energy. One sees this very clearly, as money can be traded for another man's energy, for the purpose of problem-solving. If one has no money, one must solve his own problems with his own personal energy, but then life becomes a never-ending struggle, with no relief in sight. However, with an adequate amount of money at hand, anyone can be hired to solve the problem. Thus one's life is made a little easier. Through mind control, the money which fuels the operations of governments and religion is secured by the forceful stripping away of this energy from the masses. This is accomplished through the traditional medium of taxes and tithing. The vast numbers of the ruled masses consensually give up their energy, their money to those who make the rules, as they feel they have no choice but to do so. Through ignorance, the average man remains unaware of the fact that without his energy, his money, the governments, religions, the multinational elitists, the international bankers, and the corporate leaders, all of whom cooperate with each other to their own mutual advantage in shaping and controlling the monetary, social, and thought systems of the masses, cannot carry out their agendas. These agendas, open and hidden, have repeatedly been shown to be a destructive course for mankind to have taken. Man has not yet learned the lesson contained in the fable of the emperor's new clothes. He has lost the innocence and the honesty of the child, who was able to see through the illusion the grown-ups would not even admit existed. The average man has been conditioned out of his common sense, and is unable to see anything clearly, for mind control has robbed him of his clarity. So he lives in darkness, in fear, waiting for some Messiah to come and to rescue him, to lead him out of his quandary. There exists many institutions in our world that promise to do just that. Isn't it strange that since the recorded history of mankind, the promises continue, but we find ourselves still waiting? All the while, our societies disintegrate further and further. We can change our world today, but it must start with each of us. It cannot, however, be done on an organized level, for the leaders of an organized movement can be controlled. Control the leader, the shepherd, and you automatically control the sheep. In a prior communication, I alluded to the simple solution that can solve our problems and put our present tyranny to an end. We must establish a new relationship with money. Renegotiate your employment contract with your employer by changing the withholding agreement, wherein you are prevented from receiving your full day's wage for a full day's work. Enter into a quid pro quo relationship, a value for value relationship with your employer. Then you decide the form your government should take. Do it by voluntarily allocating your money to the programs you want to support. Do that, and you're free. You've taken charge of your life, perhaps for the first time. But beware of the promise of a better life through the seduction of a cashless society. When you give up control over your money, your energy, your resources, to those who set the prices and make the rules which affect your ability to spend your money your way, you have slavery in no uncertain terms. If you think the old company store, which personified modern-day slavery in this century, is gone, you are mistaken. It is called by a different name: cashless society. Thank you for your attention.